Hi, I'm Jackie Bruton, and welcome back to my blog series for the month of May. Or if this is your first time visiting, welcome. If this is your first time visiting, I would encourage you to go back and read some of the other blog posts that I've done earlier in the month, because what we're talking about is the title of the series is Teens Tell All, why the top 20 reasons why teens do and don't have sex. I decided to do a video this time because the reason that I'm talking about today, to me, is kind of the root cause of the other 4 reasons that we've talked about, and that is lack of value. There are a number of, I guess I call them subheadings underneath lack of value, the things that high school girls have told me. The first one is, I had low self-esteem. And let me read you an excerpt from a letter from a young lady. She says, I've always had low self-esteem, and I felt that if I had sexual intercourse with the guys I talked to, then maybe I'd feel different about myself, but the feeling never changed. I spent most of my life trying to find a boy that can love me more than I can ever love myself. Another reason that has to do with lack of value is, they say because they had insecurity issues, and one girl said she used guys for her own insecurity reasons with sex. Another one is they just wanted attention. And this young lady's letter said, I lost my virginity when I was 13 years old. I'm now 17 and I've had 9 sexual partners. I convinced myself they cared and let myself believe the lies because I needed the attention. And then you also have the one, and this is a common one, I just wanted to feel loved. And if you look at the previous reasons that we talked about as to why teen girls or high school girls specifically have sex, all of them have an underlying issue of lack of value. The first reason we talked about is that they're medicating pain. And in most cases, the pain that they're medicating is a result of either rape or molestation when they were younger. The second reason we talked about was relationship issues, where they feel like they have to please the boy. And they're more concerned with pleasing a boy than protecting themselves. And the root cause of that is because they don't value themselves enough to protect themselves. The third reason that we talked about was social status, or they wanted to fit in. They thought everybody else was doing it. They didn't want to seem like they were different. Again, if they really valued themselves, that wouldn't be an issue for them either. And then the last reason, the one we talked about last week, which was father issues, I think that boils down a lot to because their fathers didn't value them enough to be emotionally engaged in their life, because sometimes it's because the fathers physically aren't there, but other times it's because the fathers aren't emotionally there. And I think a lot of girls are getting validation, or they get validation from a father, and if the father doesn't give it to them, what they'll do is they'll run into the arms of a boy. So bottom line is, we don't have a sex issue, we have a lack of value issue. Let me read you 2 more letters from young ladies that really speaks to the fact of how young ladies just don't understand their worth. This first letter actually came from a college student. It says, personally, I'm not a virgin, and I have been sexually active for some years, and it has really taken its toll on me. Sadly, I have been doing this simply from not knowing what I was worth, and I'm still not sure, but I'm willing to find out. And this next letter comes from a high school student, and this one really broke my heart. She said, Miss Jackie, when you came, you changed my whole mindset. I finally got the courage to tell my ex-boyfriend no to sex. Last night, I told him that I'm done giving in to him. You taught me that I'm worth so much more than that. Thanks for telling me what I'm worth, because I never really knew. Wow, I'm sure you're just as saddened by that as I am. And if you want to know what can you do as either a parent or just as a concerned adult, that you have young ladies in your life that you care about them and you want to protect them and keep them from making decisions that can just derail their futures, there are a number of things that you can do. I think one of the underlying reasons for all of this lack of value is the impact of the media. And so if you can work with young ladies and help them understand how detrimental it is to compare themselves to unrealistic images in the media, I think that would pay huge dividends. But I think also a lot of young ladies don't feel loved. And if you're a parent, you need to understand that for your daughter to understand and feel loved, you have to speak her love language. There's an excellent book by Gary Chapman called The 5 Love Languages of Teens that I would highly recommend that you get, and you can go through some activities with your daughter in that book. And then there are the 3 A's: affection, affirmation, and achievement. Show your daughter or the young ladies in your lives what appropriate affection is. Show them what's inappropriate affection. achievement, help them find something that they're good at doing, and then help them to excel in that area. Because young ladies and young people in general, as a matter of fact, who are accomplishing things in their lives tend to value themselves a lot more and think that they're worth more. And next you have affirmation, and I would encourage you to affirm them in ways other than just their physical characteristics. Affirm character traits in young ladies. The last reason is one that I think is one of the more important reasons, but one that I think we overlook the most, and it's just simply being a positive role model. Role modeling to young ladies what it looks like when you value yourself, when you understand your worth, and when you protect yourself. So that's it for this week's blog post. And I encourage you to continue to read, because next week we're going to look at why young ladies, high school students, make a decision not to have sex. And I think you'll be encouraged. I know this week was, kind of heavy with hearing some of the things that the young ladies were saying. But next week I think you'll be encouraged when you hear that there are a lot of young ladies out there who do understand their value and they do understand their worth. So thanks for joining me on this journey, and I look forward to sharing the rest of the series with you, and I hope that you'll stay connected to the blog so that even when the series is over, you'll continue to read my blog posts weekly and enjoy the glimpse inside the lives of teens.